Welcome back. We really appreciate you joining us again today because with us we have a special guest, Tyler Maffitt, our Communications Manager for Eagle Mountain City. Thank you for joining us, Tyler. The Communications Department is an interesting one. It's a very busy one, and it's one that's constantly evolving in order to communicate better with residents, give them opportunities to communicate better with the city. Certainly one of the things that I've always been excited about since we've been using it is the resident portal, and to see that evolve. So what else is going on in the communication department?
I mean, you said it yourself, and I mean, the communications department is always striving to improve communication between Eagle Mountain City and the residents of Eagle Mountain. In the past couple of years, we've really done some pretty hard work to ensure that this is of a really high quality. I mean, many residents are likely familiar with our Rumor Stop service. If you're interested in some of the construction and development that's happening in the city, our What's Happening service is the go-to for that. One of the things we haven't gotten to yet in the communications department is handling resident-submitted issues. We receive hundreds, if not thousands, of issues from residents every single year, primarily in the summer, involving our parks, our streets, streetlights, signage, broken sprinkler heads, things of this nature. And Eagle Mountain City really prides itself on responding to all of this. Because of the quantity of resident submitted issues, Eagle Mountain City wanted to take a really hard look at our existing resident portal, see how we could improve it, and then implement those changes so that by the time a heavy season comes around for resident submitted issues, we were doing the best we could. The updated resident portal has been such a cool thing to watch, because not only can residents submit an issue, but now the city can talk back in real time. Residents can follow those issues along as they're solved and processed, and their neighbors can know exactly where these issues stand, so they know what's going on in their neighborhood. All of this to say that Eagle Mountain City has really made an enormous dent in how we communicate with residents in the past couple of years. It's been really cool to watch.
That's really exciting because I don't know other cities that are doing this. There may be, I'm just not aware of them. But this is a complex a project, really, in making all of the functions work to their maximum capabilities. Obviously, one is the ability of the residents to communicate to the city, to ask questions of the city. The other part is tracking that, right? Was this fixed? How is it progressing? In order to be able to report back and also to measure our own effectiveness, right, as a city in responding to these issues.
Upgrades to the resident portal, we were really thinking about all of these things because it is important to hold ourselves accountable as a city government. Not only do we need to do this to track taxpayer dollars wisely, but we want to make sure that we're allocating our resources effectively. Not only that, but we hold ourselves to a pretty high standard, and we want the residents to trust the city and trust what we're doing. So if a resident hands an issue to us or tells us where there is a problem or an issue, they want to know for certain that we've responded to it and that we've responded to it in a timely manner, and they want to know that it has been really closed out and done effectively. On the flip side, we always really want to know that ourselves. Just how many issues are we dealing with? How many things are we responding to? And tracking that data allows the city to really make plans and make projections for the future for where we need to put people and respond to issues even more effectively. So this is all to say that we're really trying to work cooperatively, with the residents to make this happen. And I think you said it too. I know there are cities who have a similar system to this, but it's very, very rare that Eagle Mountain is doing this right now in preparation for growth 5 and 10 years from now. I think really says a lot about how Eagle Mountain is preparing for growth and how it's preparing for interaction with its residents day in, day out.
This is really an interesting process, especially watching it develop, because with every step we can see a little more and measure a little better our responsiveness and where all this is going. So it's fun to watch that as it becomes, I don't know if easier is the right word, but certainly simpler for residents to report issues, or communicate with the city. At least that is the goal. That's what we're trying to achieve. But on the other end, then creating those tools to be responsive on those, either whether it's in action, like you say, a broken sprinkler, getting that corrected, or if it's just communicating to our residents, explaining to them why something is the way it is, why this project is taking a little bit longer, whatever the case may be, or whatever it is in managing those expectations. If it's a road project, then how it's progressing, what we can anticipate in traffic flow, et cetera, et cetera. So that's one of the exciting things about this, because with every step, we see a little more, and we can continue to make more improvements on both ends of this equation.
I think you said it really well, because we want things to remain simple when communicating with the city. We want to be as accessible as possible, and to keep it simple is an enormous goal of the communications department, especially as we move forward with a lot of these services and a lot of these projects. Saying that, Eagle Mountain has really found itself on the cutting edge of what's available for city government services with the upgrades to the resident portal. And so by doing that, we've really combined some hard thinking for how we make it really easy for residents to get things solved with the sophistication of modern technology. And this has really made it so much easier, and we're really excited for how this has progressed.
Well, it's always good to have options. So what are the options when someone wants to communicate to the city? What are the ways that they can do that?
You can pick one out of a hat. I mean, we're highly engaged on social media, responding to questions we receive in the comment section of our posts, which happen many times a day. You can message our Facebook inbox, and we will try to respond to you within about 24 hours. You could submit a question through our Rumor Stop service, and typically, it's me answering those questions, and I try to get it handled, if not that day, then definitely the next day. Apart from resident-submitted issues now available on the resident portal, we also communicate on Twitter, Instagram. We have news content available now so that residents can dive deeper into issues affecting their lives and the city in general. And we have a newsletter where people can really digest what's going on generally in the city and understand things about code enforcement, about seasonal preparedness, about wildlife, and conservation efforts of the city. And these are things that we do every single day, on a weekly basis, and month in, month out. If not that, then just give us a call. Our front desk people are the kindest people on the planet, and they are more than happy to track down an answer for your question. So, Eagle Mountain City really prides itself on getting information to its residents, because we want our residents to be informed, up to date, and feeling comfortable that they can engage with us.
I would really encourage our residents to, download the hotline numbers on your phone so that you have them at your fingertips. Of course, you can always go onto the website, but then the other option is the app. Is that correct?
Part of the resident portal rollout is that through this software, we also have access to a new Eagle Mountain City app. So just through data and analytics, we know what residents access most. So this is paying utility bills, reporting issues, trying to get access to information and content they need to live their life successfully here. And so while working with the company who helped us build and upgrade the new resident portal, they also built us a new Eagle Mountain City app. So that's available on the App Store for Apple, and it's available on Google Play for Android devices. So it's downloadable just like any other app, and you can interact with the city from the convenience of your mobile device. I mean, sometimes it's really inconvenient to just, go to your desktop computer and then go to the city website and then follow it through. When you can just do it simply from an app, I think that makes the process a lot easier. So this is something we put a lot of thought into. I think it's a sleek appearance, it's a really intuitive appearance, and I think it just not only makes Eagle Mountain, it gives us that professional edge, but it really does improve the experience for residents too.
I know I'm liking it more all the time. So certainly the quick direct access is the hotline when that's necessary. But we also want to encourage our residents to go on and create an account just to make all of the tools work that much better.
That's really what we want, and just for residents to be aware, they can access the hotline from the convenience of the app. It's also available on our city website. And with the hotline, we definitely want people calling this for emergency situations. So this is water main breaks or major issues that will affect their home or their neighborhood, because we want to respond to that as quickly as possible. Issues that fall outside the auspices of an emergency situation can go through any number of our communication channels, and we will also respond to that quickly. Saying that the hotline is a really convenient way to get an immediate response to problems a resident may be experiencing.
And the more our residents use these tools, the more we can continue to make refinements and progress and evolutions and see what more we can do. Well, thank you, Tyler. This has been a real pleasure. I hope it's been informative to our residents, and we encourage them to use these new tools.
Thanks for having me, Mayor.
Thanks for being with us, and we will look forward to seeing you again next time.